never forgive narcissists to death. Because of this sin, God is wrathful. Displaying arrogance, disregarding the feelings of others, and craving admiration are all telltale signs of narcissism. Entering a relationship with a narcissist can prove tumultuous for one's well-being. The mental toll inflicted by narcissists can leave their victims feeling adrift, wounded, and paralyzed in their ability to move forward. It's essential not to underestimate the emotional strain of being involved with a narcissist, as the healing process can span years. Recognizing the inherent unfairness of narcissists is paramount. They seldom assume accountability for their actions, instead shifting blame onto those they harm. Employing manipulation and gaslighting tactics, they sow seeds of doubt in their victims' minds, distorting their perceptions of reality. Victims may find themselves disoriented and emotionally battered, exacerbating their distress. Callously, narcissists swiftly discard their targets once their utility is exhausted, callously discarding them as if they never mattered. The aftermath leaves individuals grappling with feelings of bewilderment and anguish as they endeavor to make sense of the ordeal. Narcissists view others as mere instruments for personal gain, devoid of genuine concern or empathy. It's a reprehensible mindset, and comprehending how some individuals can harbor such callous indifference towards others remains perplexing and abhorrent. Individuals who exhibit narcissistic traits are profoundly detrimental, instilling feelings of distress and inadequacy. The narcissist thrives on exploiting your empathy, integrity, and ethical principles. Their desire for dominance over others fuels their penchant for inflicting harm, instilling fear, and exerting control. However, the toll exacted is steep. What sacrifices are truly made when surrendering your entire identity to accommodate theirs? Both narcissists and their victims suffer destabilization of mental well-being. Amidst the turmoil, distinctions between reality and fantasy blur, impeding cognition and memory. Post-trauma, emotional and cognitive dissonance ensues. Yet narcissists remain indifferent to the devastation wrought upon their victims, prioritizing their own gratification at any cost. Gaslighting ranks among their most egregious transgressions. Distorting your words, emotions, and perceptions, they manipulate reality to suit their agenda. Through relentless manipulation, they coerce compliance, inducing behaviors and agreements contrary to your true desires. They ensnare your psyche, distorting your self-concept, perception of reality, and worldview. Their nefarious intentions become clear: to exploit your vulnerabilities and garner unwavering support, enabling them to shift blame onto you for their misdeeds while absolving themselves of responsibility. In the realm of narcissistic sins, willful ignorance stands as the third dark abyss. When their desires beckon, narcissists cloak themselves in infallibility, convinced of their inherent rightness. They grasp the superficial tenets of kindness, politeness, self-awareness, and responsibility, yet fail to grasp their essence. They tread the path of self-sufficiency, eschewing reliance on others. Recall how, in moments of harmony, the narcissist's fear of abandonment or loss of control palpably waned. There were glimpses of transformation, fleeting moments when they wore the veneer of benevolence. It baffles me why they would flirt with benevolence, only to recoil when it beckons the most. Yet, they understood the necessity of pleading for the barest essentials of care, love, respect, understanding, and presence to sustain the fragile tether of connection. Reflect on the reservoir of goodness that could have fortified the bond. You reached out, yet they turned you away. Fourthly, when their dominion over you waned, they sought to tarnish your image. Their relentless assault persisted, Even as the falsities they peddled crumbled beneath the weight of truth, they wielded lies as weapons aimed squarely at your heart. What dark chasm birthed this venom? It sprang forth from their primal animosity, festering within like beasts at odds. It's a quandary. Should I bow in reverence to this behemoth, or strive to quell its wrath in relationships? The past beckons, yet it must be consigned to oblivion, for its ghosts shall rise anew. They ceased not their campaign, demanding time to convalesce, yet forging ahead instead. Their machinations shifted, seeking direct control, only to be thwarted by your resilience. Thus, they enlisted agents to sow seeds of slander, staining your reputation. Others, swayed by their fabrications, cast judgment upon you, inflicting wounds upon both your personal and professional realms. Unperturbed by your suffering, they revelled in their malevolence. They knew that by spreading falsehoods, they could rally the masses against you, banishing you from their midst, and in doing so, finding solace in their twisted validation. Resist this, for it furnishes them with opportunity to exact vengeance, to inflict harm driven by malice, envy, or spite. The fifth sin manifests when someone indulges in an affair with you while entangled in another liaison. Upon discovery, they weave a web of deception, gaslighting, and blame-shifting to conceal their transgressions. It's unfathomable. How could one stoop so low? They brand you as irrational, deflecting accountability and evading confrontation. It's not an ailment, it's a display of moral bankruptcy. They shun introspection, refusing to confront the darkness within. This betrayal cuts deep, irreparably fracturing trust. Their incessant lies poison every moment shared, blurring the line between reality and illusion. It's a rude awakening from a fantastical dream, thrusting you back into the harsh light of reality, where the charade crumbles, revealing the relationship as naught but a facade. The sixth sin materializes in physical aggression towards others. Some narcissists wield violence as a tool of dominance, instilling a pervasive sense of fear and danger in their victims. The wounds inflicted linger long after the bruises fade, rendering victims apprehensive and wary of safety. Narcissistic abuse corrodes self-worth, leaving scars that mar one's sense of identity. Even seemingly stable environments trigger a torrent of anxiety and insecurity. Having witnessed my own father's narcissism, I condemn those who resort to physical harm. When fists fly, it's not merely pain inflicted, it's a betrayal of trust, a denial of care. Their malevolent nature erupts uncontrollably, unleashing fury born of unresolved rage. The seventh and final sin epitomizes exploiting others for personal gain. To narcissists, people are mere commodities to be used and discarded at whim. Their sense of entitlement and superiority fuels this dehumanizing perspective, viewing others as disposable objects. This callous attitude extends beyond human interactions. They manipulate situations to procure resources or evade perceived threats. Pursuing someone isn't born of genuine interest or compassion. Rather, it's driven by self-serving desires, be it material gain, gratification, or escape. Love, kindness, and empathy hold no sway. They view individuals as pawns to be ensnared in their web of manipulation. It's a manifestation of their primal instincts, prioritizing self-preservation above all else, showcasing their profound self-centeredness and survival instinct. Reflecting on the journey from inception, the impact of associating with a narcissist looms large. Their arrogance, indifference towards others, and insatiable need for admiration serve as glaring red flags. Victims of narcissistic abuse endure profound psychological anguish, grappling with feelings of loss, hurt, and stagnation. Gaslighting and manipulation exacerbate their suffering, distorting their perception of reality and eroding their sense of self. Narcissists shirk accountability, deflecting blame onto their victims, and view people as mere tools to further their own agendas. Healing from such trauma is arduous, as victims navigate the labyrinth of emotional scars inflicted by narcissists. In sum, narcissists perpetrate a litany of heinous acts: emotional exploitation, image sabotage, infidelity veiled in secrecy, physical abuse, and ruthless exploitation of their victims' vulnerabilities. Hey there, inquisitive minds. Welcome aboard. Today, we're delving into the intriguing realm of narcissistic behavior. Ever pondered the true motives behind someone's affection, especially when they emphatically declare they're done with you? It's a conundrum many face, particularly when navigating the labyrinth of narcissistic traits. If you're intrigued, show some love by tapping that like button. And if you're not part of our community yet, why not hop on board? We relish deep conversations, and your insights truly count. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts. But wait a moment. Before we plunge into the depths, a huge shout out to you for being part of our community. Your support is our lifeline. If you've enjoyed our content and want to help it flourish, consider buying us a coffee. Every contribution, no matter how small, makes a world of difference. And for our fantastic members joining our program, we've got an exclusive treat for you. Your name will be featured in one of our upcoming videos as a token of gratitude for your incredible support. Cheers. Now let's unravel the dynamics of relationships, especially when individuals with narcissistic tendencies decide to call it quits. Brace yourself. It's a revealing journey. Unlike most folks who cultivate relationships with love and care, narcissists approach things differently. They substitute warmth with resentment and anger, making genuine connections elusive. It's not merely a minor hiccup. It's a profound issue rooted in the absence of the organic force that binds people together. When narcissists experience inner turmoil, their actions may appear peculiar to outsiders. The erosion of strong social bonds, essential for cohesive communities, is disheartening and contributes to the escalating narcissism prevalent in our society. This departure from conventional modes of social interaction is disconcerting. Instead of fostering warmth and affection, narcissists consistently radiate negativity, flouting societal norms. Even when narcissists feign concern, their comprehension and expression of empathy diverge significantly from the norm. Their struggle to cultivate intimate relationships underscores the pervasive issues intertwined with narcissism. The surge in narcissistic conduct is alarming, indicating a departure from our innate inclination towards love and camaraderie towards resentment and self-absorption. This isn't merely cause for concern. It demands action. This trend underscores the imperative to uphold the fundamental principles that bind us as a species: love, empathy, compassion, and connection. These values are indispensable as we navigate challenging times. We must actively resist the proliferation of narcissism and strive for a society founded on mutual respect and empathy. Narcissists often target individuals who continue to exhibit genuine love and compassion because human nature inherently gravitates towards affection, care, and reverence. However, traumatic experiences during a narcissist's formative years reshape their outlook. Whether stemming from emotional abuse or neglect, these encounters compel them to adopt a defensive and manipulative stance, believing it's indispensable for survival. It's disheartening how early life experiences shape narcissists, leading them to replace genuine love and concern with manipulation. They begin by donning a facade of love and affection, a calculated strategy to earn trust. Mimicking your behavior and interests, they craft an illusion of shared passions and familiarity. Yet beneath this veneer of compatibility lies their innate inclination to manipulate and exploit, a fundamental aspect of their character. They seamlessly blend in, leveraging their adeptness at mimicry and mirroring until they deem it unnecessary. When the mask slips, revealing their true selves, devoid of genuine love or affection, the facade crumbles. Despite their flawless persona, it's merely a charade. While others draw strength from authentic love, narcissists thrive on inflicting emotional turmoil. The real harm emerges when they abandon pretense, laying bare the extent of their deception. It's a harsh realization when you discover they never truly shared your interests or emotions. The individual you believed you knew was an imposter. Beneath the surface lies someone devoid of genuine affection. Their charming, caring demeanor was merely a ploy in their deceitful game. For those ensnared in a narcissist's web, the truth often dawns too late. Recovery begins with understanding their tactics and traits. You may question whether it's your fault or if they ever harbored genuine love for you. However, recognizing the narcissist's capacity for feigned affection instead of genuine love is enlightening. It's crucial to acknowledge that narcissists are incapable of reciprocating authentic love. Amidst the anguish of severed ties, you may yearn for affection from someone capable of experiencing and expressing it genuinely. Realizing that narcissists cannot offer the love you deserve is pivotal. They may terminate the relationship for various reasons, such as a lack of commitment or interest in another individual. Understanding that you were merely an emotional resource for them is painful, yet acknowledging the true nature of narcissists is imperative for healing. It's crucial not to paint all narcissists with the same brush. Simplifying and demonizing them doesn't serve anyone well. Labeling them as demons is akin to using negative traits as a shield for their conduct. While it's vital to acknowledge negative behavior, it's equally important to recognize our own roles in relationships. Embracing our imperfections marks the initial stride toward personal development. Although it may be tempting to brand someone as entirely evil and assign blame solely to them, it's not fair. Every individual contributes to a relationship, and owning up to our own shortcomings fosters stronger connections. Dealing with someone who exhibits narcissistic traits can be challenging, but understanding that their behavior may stem from past experiences is enlightening. This understanding doesn't justify their actions, but provides clarity. Moving forward for a relationship with a narcissist entails introspection and a decision not to tolerate their behavior. It's tough when they abruptly withdraw their feigned closeness, prompting us to reflect on the signs we overlooked in our eagerness to be with them. Moreover, it's crucial to contemplate why we persist in relationships that aren't beneficial for us. Delving into our own motivations is the initial stride toward progress. This involves valuing ourselves and refusing to settle for anything less than what we deserve. Ultimately, healing is a gradual process. It's natural to feel bewildered and wounded after exiting a relationship with a narcissist, but it's imperative to continue moving toward healthier relationships. While it can be challenging and require patience, it presents an opportunity for personal growth. Confronting fears and uncertainties grants us deeper insight into ourselves and our relationship preferences. It's an occasion to reconstruct our lives according to our own needs, liberated from the sway of the narcissist. Above all, it's a chance to cherish and honor ourselves, while demanding reciprocation from others. Appreciate your participation in this discourse. Feel free to share this piece with your friends, and keep an eye out for more engaging discussions ahead. Hey everyone, today we're diving into an intriguing topic, the transformative power of embracing silence. Have you ever noticed how silence can be underrated yet incredibly impactful? In the midst of challenging relationships, it's easy to feel drowned out, losing sight of our own voice. But as we navigate through those tough times, we uncover something profound. Silence isn't a sign of weakness, it's a symbol of resilience. It's a tool we can wield to reclaim control and prioritize our own happiness. In this discussion, we'll explore how embracing silence can be a game changer, not only in dealing with narcissists, but in various aspects of life. So stick with us as we unravel the potential for finding strength in quiet reflection. Now let's take a moment to discuss managing relationships with narcissists. When you made the choice to maintain radio silence, blocking, deleting, and cutting off anyone associated with that toxicity, what were you really doing? You were sending a potent message. I'm done with this chaos. It was about preserving your energy, hitting the reset button, and establishing firm boundaries. Plus, it kept them from prying into your life, your whereabouts, your affairs, your circle. Let's face it, narcissists thrive on information they can manipulate later. They rely on their network of informants, also known as flying monkeys and enablers. But here's the plot twist. Once you grasp that your silence is a strategic maneuver, the whole game changes. Narcissists aren't accustomed to encountering resistance in this manner. Your silence morphs into a beacon, broadcasting, "I'm quietly but firmly taking charge." You begin to map out your exit from the toxic environment, proceeding with caution, maintaining your composure, and prioritizing your well-being. In the midst of it all, your silence emerges as your ace in the hole. So when crafting your plan to break free from the narcissistic web, and a quick heads up here, keep your strategies under wraps. You never know who might leak the details and end up being one of those flying monkeys. But once you've escaped that toxic environment, you start to grasp the full extent of its impact. It's time to take a breather, process everything, tend to the wounds, maybe seek guidance from a therapist. Pour your thoughts into a journal, embrace meditation, indulge in binge watching, dive into books, explore every avenue of healing. You come to terms with the fact that the relationship was harmful, nearly knocking you off your feet. Nevertheless, you're still standing strong, absorbing the lessons and insights from supportive communities and channels like this one. And that's a monumental victory. Your silence transforms into your clandestine arsenal because in the past, with the narcissist, it resembled traversing a treacherous minefield. Assume the role of therapist without recompense, eternally apologizing and justifying yourself. And they relished it. They ensnared you in that spiral of degradation. But eventually, you liberated yourself. You discern narcissism for what it truly is, a genuine concern. And any entanglement with a narcissist spells disaster. They could turn on you in an instant, and more often than not, they do. Within a narcissistic relationship, it often seems as if they're perpetually lurking, scavenging for whatever they can extract from you. They leave you drained, not only of your time and vitality, but also of your love, resources, and possessions. They carry themselves as entitled to everything you possess, all while refusing to contribute anything substantial themselves, indolent, spineless, and superficial. They mirror your thoughts and aspirations, pretending to share your principles. Yet, in truth, they're merely exploiting you to fill their own void. Ponder all that you relinquished during your involvement with them, your passions, your connections, your welfare, your finances, all evaporated due to their ceaseless machinations. However, back then, you were oblivious to what you were genuinely confronting. Narcissism 100, and one wasn't part of the syllabus. But now you're beginning to comprehend it, realizing that certain individuals, especially narcissists, never had your best interests at heart and never will. These individuals excel at eliciting reactions from you, skillfully pushing your emotional buttons. Remember those urgent messages demanding your immediate attention, coercing you to divulge your entire day's agenda? Upon returning home, you found yourself acting as their personal assistant, tending to chores and errands for their benefit. They strategically positioned you in that role, drawing you in with the facade that they initially presented in the relationship. We've come to understand that narcissists often craft elaborate facades to entrap others in relationships. Consequently, in the early stages, you likely shared every aspect of your life, your experiences, your relationships, your aspirations, and more. They absorbed it all, storing every detail to manipulate you later, turning it into a twisted game. Over time, you likely noticed that your voice lost its impact. The narcissist silenced you, subjecting you to various forms of abuse, gaslighting, the silent treatment, stonewalling, and more. You found yourself merely going through the motions, lacking genuine vitality. You were ensnared in a cycle from which escape seemed impossible, mainly because these lessons aren't typically taught in conventional educational systems. The cycle typically plays out as follows. They shower you with affection, elevating you to cloud nine, only to later tear you down, discard you, then draw you back in with affection once again, repeating the process endlessly. It's a toxic pattern crucial to recognize for what it truly is. One pitfall to avoid is falling into a hoover, a tactic used by narcissists to pull you back into the relationship after discarding you. Giving into it suggests that your wounds haven't fully healed, and you risk falling back into the same cycle of turmoil. The breakthrough comes when you discern the pattern and cut ties for good, implementing a strict no-contact policy to safeguard your well-being. Let's delve into why your silence is your ultimate superpower, your hidden ace that empowers you to triumph every single time. Imagine this, surrounded by the symphony of nature, with birds chirping, lush trees swaying, and the promise of bright days ahead. It's in this serene moment, amidst the beauty of the present, where true metamorphosis takes place. It's about slowing down, taking a deep breath, and savoring the simple pleasure of existence. It's about seizing back your independence, no longer feeling beholden to justify your actions or whereabouts to anyone, prioritizing your well-being over the constant need to please another. It's about refusing to anxiously await a call or message, asserting yourself against financial exploitation, and shielding your relationships from manipulation. It's about standing resolute in the face of adversity, advocating for your rights, and safeguarding your loved ones. Maybe you've stumbled into these traps before, or perhaps you're currently navigating them. Regardless, remember this. Your silence carries gravitas, not only for the narcissist, but for everyone in your orbit. You're under no obligation to respond to every message or reach out, and establishing boundaries is crucial for reclaiming your power. Picture yourself confronted with a daunting email or message, possibly from a narcissist. Do you need to reply? Probably not. Is it wise to engage? Likely not. But what you must steer clear of is reacting impulsively, diving into heated debates or exchanges that only escalate the situation. Trust me, hitting that send button in the heat of the moment will likely breed regret later on. Imagine this scenario. You open your inbox to find a harshly worded email from someone you know, and your first instinct is to retaliate with equal force. But before you hit send, pause for a moment and consider a different strategy, responding instead of reacting. Sometimes, silence can be your most potent weapon when dealing with toxic individuals like narcissists or energy vampires. Being around them can feel like they're draining the life out of you. You might have felt this way when ensnared in a narcissistic web, reacting impulsively to every situation out of a sense of entrapment. But now you're evolving, tapping into your inner resilience. Your silence becomes your secret strength, granting you the freedom to live life on your terms, without constantly justifying yourself to others. We're all on our own healing journeys, moving at our own pace. Some may find themselves basking in contentment, while others are still finding their way. It's a journey marked by peace, patience, and self-reflection. Along the way, you're learning to set boundaries and discern who truly belongs in your life. Here's the revelation: your silence speaks volumes. It declares that your well-being comes first, and you refuse to invest time and energy in individuals who don't uplift you. It might even require muting some of them temporarily, but it's all part of the healing process. Speaking of healing, it's about understanding why the narcissist targeted you in the first place. There was something about you that drew them in, but now you're reclaiming your autonomy, and your silence becomes your greatest asset. This isn't just another breakup. It's a profound journey of self-discovery and renewal. Healing takes time, and it's not a straight path, but rather a multifaceted adventure that shapes your larger story. The time spent entangled with the narcissist is just one chapter, not the entire tale of your life. No matter how long it lasted, or how much it drained you, you're breaking free from the toxic cycle. Your silence now symbolizes the reclaiming of your power and taking charge of your story. As we wrap up, think back on those moments when you stood firm against narcissistic family members or toxic environments. It's all about regaining your peace and carving out your own path. You've likely encountered those tough moments, skillfully dodging criticisms and intrusive questions. But you know what? You don't have to put up with that negativity anymore. You've found your voice, and it's shouting loud and clear. I'm calling the shots now. Your choice to love from a distance speaks volumes. It's a bold declaration that you won't be manipulated or controlled, and the wisdom you've gained from those experiences, it's invaluable. It's a reminder that not everyone deserves a place in your inner circle. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope our conversation ignited something inside you. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Take care. Let your silence speak volumes, and keep standing tall amidst the chaos. I'm rooting for you every step of the way. Until next time, stay resilient, stay strong, and I'll catch up with you later. Oh, and don't forget to spread some love by hitting that like button, subscribing for more empowering content, and sharing this video with someone who could use it. Also, check out the link in the description for a free book and a one-on-one consultation to support you on your healing journey.